Hello, so this is the first family in the eudicots that we're going to get to, which is the Myrtaceae. Super important family in Australia. About 3,200 species across the continent, and really, really distinctive. And I don't think you should have any trouble getting the gist of how to recognize the Myrtaceae, both at the botanic gardens and also in the field. So first thing, woody plants, no herbaceous species. So if you see an herbaceous species, immediately eliminate. Myrtaceae has a possibility. Lots of shrubs, lots of trees, very, very, very huge range in sizes. Simple entire leaves. There's a couple exceptions, but only really up in the rainforest in far north Queensland. So if you see divided leaves, not Myrtaceae, but simple entire leaves. And that's a really good, simple entire leaves tree. We're on the way. Half inferior ovary, we saw this in class. And basically the floral tube here comes up about halfway along where the ovary is. Pretty reliable for the species. Actinomorphic or radially symmetric. 4 to 5 petals. Pretty reliable, but that's not very distinctive among eudicots. Often numerous stamens, often very showy. So this classic eucalyptus example here, where you see the stamens are super colorful, and they're the actually showy things that are attracting pollinators. Oil glands that are visible sometimes, not always, not quite as visible as in the citrus family, but definitely are there if you look closely. And a very distinctive smell, which you can get to recognize as you work through this family. A couple examples. We've got a tea tree here. In this case, the petals are showy, not the stamens, and you have this kind of floral disc with lots of nectar for pollinators. Eucalyptus, of course, is perhaps the most important ecologically example of Myrtaceae in Australia. Simple entire leaves. You have this half inferior ovary that you can see here, and then lots and lots of showy stamens. And woody fruits is often but not always the case in this family. Paperbark or melaleuca is another example, very similar to eucalyptus. Distinctive smell if you crush the leaves, and very showy stamens and woody fruits. So presumably you're watching this while you're out looking at various Myrtaceae in the botanic garden. So I encourage you to get a feeling for that smell. So I can't convey that in the video, obviously, but if you look at the leaves and you crush a few different species and a few different genera, you start to get a feeling for what is the range of different aromatic compounds that you find in Myrtaceae. And this can be really good field character for the family. And this eucalyptus oil obviously is an example of those